Hello, today I'm sharing 7 beauty products I've changed my mind about over time. I feel differently about them today than I did at first. I either really love them and now not so much, or vice versa. I didn't really like them at first or at some point, and now I'm really liking them. The goal of my channel is not just to help make everyday beauty easier for you, it's also to help you make better buying decisions. And so I hope that this type of video helped you out somewhat. The last time I did this was around 6 months ago, and a few things have changed with several products. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have a lot of great things to share with you today. I'd also like to thank today's video sponsor, NIRA. I promised you some before and afters with their skincare laser. I have them for you today, and there's a reason why they're in this video, and I'll be sharing that with you here in a minute. So let's get into these 7 beauty products I've changed my mind about, both good and bad. The product I'm starting with, I've had kind of set to the side, unsure of what type of video I wanted to put it in. This is the Saie Blush. The shade I have is Poppy. It's what's on my cheeks today. I think it looks really pretty. This is a pretty popular product, which is why I'm sure my opinion is going to be pretty unpopular. Now, the thing with this is that although you get a really great result, I just find these to be very pigmented, and that is pretty much the consensus. You only need a tiny dot to get this kind of result. I love some cream and liquid and stick blushes. I talk about them a lot here. I also like makeup that's easy and doesn't take a lot of time. What I find with these is that when I dot it on my face and blend it out, it takes a little bit of effort to mute it down. I always prefer to go in with a cream blush product or a liquid blush product on the back of my hand and kind of diffuse it out and then apply it to the cheek. It takes just as much time to diffuse it out. It's really difficult, I would say, for the average makeup user, wearer, to not end up with clown cheeks with this product. So when I first got this, I took some time and I played with it, and I used a minimal amount of product and took some time and blended it out, and it was fine. But the more and more I did that, the more annoyed I got, because I have other blush products, cream, liquid, stick blushes that give just as pretty of a result and take a lot less messing around with, So I don't like this product the way everyone else does and the way I did in the beginning. So I guess this is kind of a combined unpopular opinion and a product I've kind of changed my mind about. I test all sorts of products here on my channel: beauty, makeup, skincare, anti-aging products, and to share any results I see or fail to see with those products, because I want to know what truly works and doesn't, and so do you. I'm turning 47 in a little over a month, and over the past few years, I've started to see some changes with my facial structure, my skin, as we all start to do with age. We lose facial fat, collagen, elasticity, all those fun things. And a little bit ago, I promised you guys I was going to come back with some before and afters from using the NIRA skincare laser and give you my results after consistently using it. I partnered with them then to just share what it was with you, and now I'm back to share with you my before and afters. And you may be wondering why it's in this particular video. So this is a device that can take 30 to 60 days to even see any results. You really have to be consistent with it. Since this is only 2 minutes a day, and I'll show you that here in a minute, it's pretty easy to be consistent, and I was being very consistent. Well, it had been about 45 days, and I just didn't think I was seeing any results. I was getting very frustrated, just thinking I was kind of wasting my time. This is a device where you need to take some before photos. If I had not taken before photos, I really would not have noticed the changes, because they happened so gradually. And just seeing those minor changes at that point in time kept me motivated enough to keep going. Right after that happened with me, my friend Gemma, Pampered Wolf here on YouTube, was experiencing the same frustrations, and I told her to go back and look at her before photos in comparison with her photos at that point, and she experienced the same thing. She never would have noticed the changes otherwise, and it also motivated her to keep going. So my initial reasons for even starting with NIRA was just that I was seeing some more crow's feet issues, some sagging areas, and some just lax skin underneath my eyes, just more texture and fine lines that I wasn't really enjoying. I love the fact that I can use it on a clean, dry face. There's no messy gel required that you need to rinse off, and it just takes 2 minutes a day. It's the first and only non-fractional at-home laser device that's FDA cleared and proven to reduce wrinkles. So you're getting the same technology you would at a dermatologist's office to build natural collagen, but at a lesser cost and without the harsh side effects and downtime. And they have a 90-day guarantee, so you can get your money back if you don't see results. It's super easy to use. There are 5 comfort levels. You power the device on, and after you initially set it to your treatment level, it automatically starts at that level each time. You should feel warmth with no pain. My comfort level is 3, but I know a lot of people have used it at levels 1 and 2 and have seen results there. You just move it in this pattern for 40 overlapping pulses, and that's it. If it's not firmly on your skin, it'll give you a reject tone, and when you're finished, you hydrate the area really well. I'm going to place before and after photos kind of randomly on the screen. They're straight from my phone. I took these in very unflattering bathroom light. The lighting is a little bit different. It's really hard to duplicate that when you have a window in your bathroom, but none of them have been retouched. I just cropped in so that you could see things, hopefully kind of clearly. And I'm hoping that you see what I see in these before and afters. Now, my dark circles are genetic, so those are still going to be there, but let's just talk about the under eye area skin itself under both eyes. A big change that I notice, not just in these photos, but when I put on makeup day to day, it's smoother and tighter. It's not as lax. I feel like you can tell that in these photos. My eyes just overall look more tired in the before photos than they do in the after photos. When I look at the eye that's on the right of your screen, I also notice the lines that are in the outer corner. They don't extend as far down and they're not as harsh. They're softer. And that hood is not as puffy. I mean, I noticed that just looking at my monitor. I feel like I'm less hooded than I was a couple of months ago. I also see that in the eye on the left side of your screen as well. And I see a major softening of the lines on that eye as well. I see a difference in my eyes on a day-to-day basis. When I wake up in the morning, my eyes just don't look as puffy or as tired when I apply makeup, when I'm wearing makeup all throughout the day, and my eyes just feel like they look more alert. I don't know if you've noticed that too when you've been watching me. I would say at this point, I've been using the NIRA skincare laser pretty consistently between 60 and 75 days, and the results that I've seen thus far are enough to keep me consistent from here on out. I've expanded my use to my upper lid. I'm starting to test it out on my forehead lines as well. As with any skincare device, you're not going to see changes overnight, but you will see them, and it's extremely quick and easy to use. Using the NIRA laser for as little as 2 minutes a day, you'll start to see changes in about 30 to 60 days and even more at 90 days. Because of the changes I've seen, the NIRA laser is now a staple in my nighttime skincare routine. Be sure to use the link below in my description box to grab yours for $100 off, and remember they have a 90-day guarantee. I tried Benefit Highbrow Pencil a long time ago, and I don't know, I just didn't really like it. It didn't really do it for me. I pulled it back out a couple of months ago. I don't know what made me decide to pull it back out, but I did. And I've been loving it. I've been using it ever since to highlight my brow bone, my inner corner. Sometimes I'll even use it on my nasolabial folds, any little sunken areas that I just need to bring out without glimmer, without glitter particles, you know. And it's creamy enough that I can just blend it out with my finger and it does the job beautifully. I find in my dark inner corner here, I can sometimes use this and no concealer there, and it works really nicely. It even works on no makeup days. Now, when I looked this up prior to filming this video, I realized this version is no longer. They have a double-ended one now that has a matte side and a glowy side, a radiant shimmery side. I think I would like that one more. I need to get my hands on it. And they have 3 different ones for different skin tones. I'm so glad that they did that. Sometimes I like having all matte, but I kind of like having a glowy thing going on in my inner corner, sometimes on my brow bone too. The one that I used in the demo here would be equivalent to the lightest shade. That's the one that I would grab to really brighten my light medium skin tone. I've tried other pencils that are supposed to do this kind of thing before. Anastasia is one, and the formula was too dry. It wasn't flattering. It wasn't creamy enough to where it blended without emphasizing texture and dryness, and this one does that. So I'm glad I pulled it back out. Really have been enjoying it. It's been living on my makeup table. I'd love to hear from you if you have the new version. How are you liking it? I may pick that up. Next up is the Finishing Touch Flawless Hair Removal Tool that everyone loves. It's got the little circular disc that you take over your face, This is what it sounds like. It's fairly quiet for a battery-operated hair removal tool. This is another one, very much like the Saie Blush in the beginning, that, you know, it gets you there. You get the result that you intended. Your peach fuzz is gone. But also, like the Saie Blush, it takes a while to get there. Also, like the Saie Blush, I know people like this. I know this is probably an unpopular opinion. I find using this and going over and over and over the areas of my face takes so much longer than just using a little single blade tool. It's also cheaper and I feel like a little bit more sanitary because eventually you throw those away. I don't know. I just don't get the hype over this because also they recommend using this like every other day or something. I find I get fuzzier, faster, quicker with this than I do using the little peach fuzz removers. I don't have one in here. I'll put them on the screen. This takes more time. The results don't last as long. They're not as close. I liked it in the beginning, but I didn't really know better, and now I don't really like it. So if this is all you've used, you may want to just try the manual tools. You may find that you like the results better, they last longer, and you can take less time with them as well. And keep in mind, these are all my opinions, but I always like to know if you agree with them or disagree with them in the comments below. Let me know. I know I've talked about this product in a video before, but I can't remember if I've specified not liking it at first and then liking it, and since it fits in this video, it's going in here too. This is the Olaplex No. 7 Bonding Oil. So the reason why I didn't like this or just wasn't really fond of it and kind of put it to the side when I first got it is because I didn't really think it did much. And I have pretty fine hair, but it can be very flyaway. It can also look dry along the lengths. However, a lot of nourishing hair oil products that tend to make hair look smoother and shinier can weigh my hair down and make it look greasy really quickly. I don't know if I mean really quickly or if I'm not very careful about the amount, or some of them just do it no matter how much I use. So this is a very lightweight oil, and when I would first use this on dry hair only, I would tap out 3 to 4 drops and take it through my dry hair to make it look a little bit less dry. I didn't really feel like it was doing that much, but then I would look again and I would realize, okay, there is a little bit of smoothness there. It was kind of like a hidden result. But then I heard that people were using this on their damp hair to just give it extra smoothness proactively. And that's when I started to like it even more. I mean, you can't even tell I've hardly used this because you use so little. 2, 3, 4 drops is all I need. So sometimes I use it when my hair is wet. It just gives nourishment, conditioning, and a little bit more shine than I would have normally, but it doesn't weigh my hair down. And I didn't really get that at first. Now, I don't really think this is the ideal oil for those of you with really heavy, thick, coarse hair, but if you have fine hair, this could be the ideal nourishing hair oil for you if others have weighed your hair down. And so even if you don't really think it's doing something, it really might be, and it might be doing something over time as well. I've liked it more and more the longer I've had it. This is the Covergirl Professional Super Thick Lash Waterproof Mascara. I don't know if any of you remember this, but I was amazed at this. I couldn't believe I hadn't discovered it before. This is a waterproof mascara that holds my curl. It separates, lengthens, and gives me incredible volume. I just love a drugstore waterproof mascara that gives me all of those things. I mean, a high-end one too, but especially one that is affordable. This was such a hidden gem. I mean, I still think it kind of is. I loved it so much, but a few weeks into it, it started flaking on me during the day. I even tried wearing it underneath a non-waterproof mascara, even though I didn't really need to because it gave me all the volume and length I needed. It's a drier formula to begin with, which I don't mind. I like some dry formula mascaras, but this worked really well for me for about a month maybe, and then I would just have little flakies on my cheeks. So I've had to change my feelings on this mascara, unfortunately. I'd love to know, those of you that have this, has that happened to you with it? I just was really, really disappointed. I love a good brow pen. I just think it gives such a realistic, natural brow hair look. And because I have sparse, uneven brows, that's usually what I go for. But not all brow pens are created equally. A lot of them, you have to use such a light hand, or you can look like Groucho Marx before you know it. And a lot of them are red toned. I don't know why that is. So let's talk about the Physicians Formula Butter Palm Feathered Micro Brow Pen. This comes in one universal brown brown shade. At this point, as far as I know, it is what I have in my brows now. So if your brows are a lot lighter or a lot darker than mine, this probably won't work for you. So that is a drawback. I did not like this when I first got it. I don't know if there just wasn't enough pigment coming out. I just felt like I couldn't get much from it. I mean, I do recommend shaking it to make sure you have enough of the pigment, the ink down in the tip. I did that though, and I just felt like, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't turning red on me, which was good. I just kind of felt like it was kind of faded looking. But then one day I just decided to try it again, and I pulled it out on a day when I was just wanting things to look pretty natural, and I kind of liked the result. And then I did it again on another day, and I liked the result again. I think what got me with this was the fact that I don't have to use a light hand with it. I can just go in normally because it is a little bit faded, and so I can be quicker with it than I can with a lot of other brow pens. I mean, it's what I have in my brows today. I'm looking in the monitor. I think it looks good. I have very few brow pens that I can pull out on quick days, and this is one of them. It's kind of a give and take. On quick days, I usually can't be quite as precise as I want to, so I have to use something else. But the more I've been using this, the more I've been liking it. I've had some hits and misses with Physicians Formula. I don't know, I've been a little bit picky about their products lately. That's another story. But I do like this one. After not liking it at first, it was kind of a surprise. Don't forget you can save $100 on your NIRA skincare laser using my link down below in the description box. I hope you found this video helpful and enjoyable. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!